Alright guys, it's William Jamie here, so welcome to our sculpting. So in the last video we talked about the preparation of the painting of the texture. So we make three workspace, so we split this window into three space. One is the our original model, right? The other is the UV editor, and the other is the shade editor. Sorry, just stuck here. Alright, so yeah, after we have connecting the dots, we are going to paint on it. So we got this brow image. Brow image is as you guys can see, it's got a default color of black, and we don't want that, of course. So we are going to actually paint something. Okay, so let me just click and drag just to give it more space here. So what I'm going to do is to start painting on it. Okay, so you can't possibly start painting on this edit mode because we need to change the mode. A quick way of doing that is to Control and Tab, and we got the wheel of the mode, and you can just choose the texture paint mode. Okay, so then you can paint on it, and of course you can just using your mouse to click here to change from edit mode, to change to object mode, and to change from texture paint mode. So basically what we are doing right now is to paint the texture. The default is black, and unless you want to make a black devil, something like that, I don't on this color. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to use this bucket here. This bucket got a name called fill, so you can, just like you're using Photoshop or any other drawing software, you just draw in 3D. Okay, so you just fill in a certain color, and of course you can change the property here. So if you look at the right side of it, we got this texture properties, and we got the brush, we got this material properties, we got this all sorts of material that you can change. Of course you can quickly change it here, but that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this active tool here, which is a brush. Active tool is brush or fill, right? And right now it's fill. If I change that, it will just get the text draw, right? So you can draw on your texts, but right now I just want to fill because I want to change the sort of bulk, change the color of the base, and then I'm going to draw on it. You got this active color here, right? Color palette. Even you got this custom like a curve that is more advanced setting. I'm going to just choose a certain color. So let me just add a yellowish color, and let's try to fill it. Okay, and after a few seconds, because you need to render, you can see that the color of the face got changed, and it looks yeah, it looks like just from anime, right? Like the character from Naruto, right? And as you guys can see, we got a brow image, and the brow image got changed as well, and I think that's sort of a self-explanatory, because you sort of just peel it all and paste it on the 2D surface. So you guys can see, if I paint it here, I paint it here, I paint it here, this will get changed as well. So yeah, that looks pretty good. And of course, because you already know the fill, you can just change any other color, right? You got this devilish green color, right? And you can even change this sort of value here, so get it maybe darker green, right? And you click it, and after a few seconds it will render, of course, and you can get this green. And of course you can just increase that value. Okay, so it will just become brighter, not like this this green, but just radiating. Okay, and of course you can just got RGB or HSV, which stands for hue saturation value, and you can even get hash code, and then you can just copy and paste all the hash code here and just choose the color that you want. Okay, and this is pretty convenient, just like paint on 2D. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to get this color here, maybe just because you need to fine tune it a little bit and adjust and see what kind of face that you want. I think this may be too bright, and let me make it more natural. Just make it darker, and I think this is greenish, and so this maybe look at people and say that it's a little bit sick. I don't want that. Maybe a little bit brown tilted. Okay, yeah, this is more natural. And of course you can this is the material preview, and it's not actual material, so this just give you a basic idea. You can render it, right? You can go to this render preview, and you can show the result of rendering mode, and I think that's much better than this preview mode. So you can actually see the light reflection or the bouncing. So you can, even though it's more computational intensive, okay, so you need a render and wait a little bit, so it can give you the sort of realistic idea of what is going on. I think I need to, because we need to get more brownish color, maybe dark a little bit, and I'm going to adjust that a few times on this rendering mode. So let's just wait a few seconds, and I don't think that changed much, so let's render that again. This is more like a real life scenario. You got this color scheme, and I think because we got this bumpiness, because we used the strip clay strip to sculpt all this detail, so it become much more natural than this using not sculpting but other technique generated person. Okay, so that's the amazing thing about sculpting. You can get a super realistic, or you can get things that you haven't generated before, but you can make it super realistic. Okay, I think I just this is broken a little bit. Okay, we're going to fix this because I just want to get this here as a placeholder. I don't need this to be a super precise. So yeah, you just need to be aware that sometimes if you squish it too hard, I mean, if you just hold it for too long, it might just break, and the rest of it just flow in the air. Unless you like to make a certain effect on it, it's not recommended to do so. But since I just demonstrated that you can hold and grab and get all this as a placeholder, because you can, because you made a separate object. Okay, so you got it here, right? You can simply just let it not render. Okay, you can just skip that, it will not render, and you can just using other technique to generate it. So it's just become pretty easy to change the character on as long as you got the base correct. Okay, so I'm going to just leave it here. Okay, and I think that's pretty good. And then we actually start drawing on it. Yeah, don't forget, we need to draw on it rather than just use this fill tool. Okay, So let's quickly go back to this material preview, because that just make us easy to draw without wait for a pretty long time. So, and of course all the shortcuts still works. So I'm going to F and shrink just to make it smaller, and I'm going to draw the brow here. Of course you can draw all this contour, all this, maybe I'm going to change that to bear, something like that. And facial hair, I think that's more a good facial hair. Yeah, facial hair image. I think that's a good name for it. And okay, because they got a link. This is sort of you can imagine it. It's like the ID link. So this is just a name of it, but that does not matter because the ID already got it connected. So this is a lot like programming, because they got the unique ID. Once you change that, this part also change. You don't need to worry about the name change. This is just I demonstrate that to you. And yeah, and I think yeah, this material also got to change. And brown matte, we can change the material name, but I haven't decided whether this would be which kind of material. So let's just leave it here. Okay, so let's continue. We can just change that, and we change this primary and secondary color, and that will give us the completely black color. And what I'm going to do is to draw on our guy here. Okay, so the reason I used this is that it can give you a 2D feeling in your 3D model. So I watched some of the game by I think the company name, I sort of forgot that company name. Let me just quickly check. I think it's Telltale. Telltale Games. Okay, so let me bring you guys. Just give me a second. I think that is the sort of art style that I really want to show you guys. They got a lot of amazing games. For example, the Wolf Among Us, the Batman, right? And they give you amazing model and amazing story to experience. Like you're reading a book, but this is you can interact with it. I think it's a great idea. Okay, let me just bring these guys. The Telltale Games, and as you guys can see, it's pretty like the American style comic, right? And in fact, this is just a 3D model with cartoonish style on it, and it kind of a real life light rendering with a lot of draw touches on this 3D model, and I think this looks great. And I think you can use Blender as a sort of a workaround to that by building your 3D model, but you draw some characteristic line on it. Okay, so you might get a little bit shadowy area like here, right? Let me just give you a reference photo so you can see what I mean. Okay, so let me give you a reference image, and of course you can even import that image to your asset, but I'm just going to bring that here. Okay, so for example, if I were to follow a certain art style, what I'm going to do is to just bring this up. I think the internet connection speed is a little bit slow. So for example, I add a little bit, right, the cheekbones, right, the lines over here, and yeah, we got this cut line. I don't know what this is. Maybe just knife cut, right, like this, and bear. And I think let's play around with bear. Okay, so you can add something like cheekbones. You can turn around. It's like grease pencil. Okay, so you can get size a little bit bigger, and you can even got something like this. Okay, and we can got sort of a bear, so it's sort of like a dotted line here. And as you guys can see, it's a sort of a computational intensive process. Give it a sort of a stylish beer. Yeah, just something to. This is just a like joke project. Okay, you're definitely not going to hand it out to your client, but let's just play around with this. Okay, so it's just all sort of facial hair, and I can even change the color, say the mouse. Okay, so let me flip it around and get a color of this, and yeah, yeah, let's render this. All right. Alright, that looks horrible, like, but you got the idea, because you know, I think maybe grease pencil do a better job on that, because we can't choose this brush right now. We can only choose this color picker and the blenders mix. Right, you can change all this multiply color burn, something like that. But you got the idea. This is just I demonstrate that you can apply this as a sort of a texture and add a little bit. So say you want to got a name on it, you can just choose a name on it, right? You can get this say let me just make it dark a little bit. And you even got a sort of war paint on it, so something like that. All right, like it's from a horror film. Okay, and then a certain card here. They got all this bare dotted line. Okay, and yeah, then you can get the render mode and just check this out. Is yeah, it's amazing that you when you draw on it, and you can actually see the rendering, real-time rendering result of it, and that is just a quick good way to yeah, just to play around with it. As you guys can see, we got this line here, right? So like you draw this wall paint, and it just go to this right side of this image. Okay, so because it's like unwrapped image. Okay, so yeah, actually you can change that. So this looks pretty amazing. And of course you can always change that. You are not necessarily need to stick with it. So for example, you want to change that, you can always change the material altogether. So if you are not satisfied with it, or you think you messed it up, you can just always create a new material, right? You can just create a new material. That material will be it's not a brown matte, but rather a facial hair matte. It's on the line, okay, and then you can change that a new material. Say that would be a better one, right? This is not like a joke, a better one material, better one makeup, right? And then you you just generate that, and you got this image. You can got a new image here. Okay, so if you're not satisfied with the original one, then just create a new, right? And you can get a name of a better one image, img. Let me just use it this way. And you got a better one image. You can command shift and A, quickly got a texture, image texture, put it here, got a color, base color, and got this image, a better one image. You can start your process, and you just got a new faces for you to paint from. Don't forget, if you haven't seen these changes, you need to choose the original material and delete it, remove it from the material stock, and you got this better one show up, and then you can fill again, right? You can just got a certain color and choose that certain color. You click on that, you can fill that base color, and then you can draw this better one, the facial hair, this nose, mouth, yeah, and you want to add a stylish thing, you can add. If you don't want it, you don't need to do that, right? And yeah, let's do it better this time. The previous was like a joke, okay? And of course, you can combine with the smear tool or soften tool, right? We often use that, use the smear. I use the smear a lot, especially in 2D or 3D drawing, because it can give you a sort of a blended effect, and I really like it. And this time I'm going to get it smaller, so it can give you a smoother and better than the original one. Okay, so I'll just get that above the buns. And of course, you want to fine-tune the changes. You can always use the smear tool. I think it's pretty helpful. So for example, you want to smear it down, okay? You can get that. You won't get a smudged, it's like you won't get it all fuzzled together. You can do that. Of course, you can just make it bigger, and you can get it to sort of a hazed feeling. Okay, it's pretty good when you want to blend all the color together, but you need to use it pretty carefully. If you don't use it carefully, you might get sort of a pretty dirty feeling, like you smudge the all the ink, and I don't want that. So let me just get this a few basic underline ready, and then change the size. change the size to even smaller one to make it much more yeah, natural, because you don't want a pretty thin line, and after smudge it's just gonna become too fuzzled, and that's not good. Okay, and of course you want stylish, you can change the color of the eyebrow as well. I think this is pretty good. You got that. Okay, this is like a makeup. Okay, yeah, pretty good. And of course I can add bear, because but I think bear is yeah, the result may not be too good, because bear should extrude out. This is like just to draw on it. You can't just change the shape of it, and they may not give you a pretty good result of it. So let me just try, and you guys can see and judge for yourself. Okay, so I got this sort of a bear here. Let me give it a sort of a stylish bear, right? And as you guys can hear, this my computer already under so much pressure. I think it's already the fans going crazy right now. So yeah, do be aware of your computer. So sometimes you just need for it to stop, to cool it down a bit. Okay. And if you see this line is a little rainbow ball coming rolling, you need to stop it right now, in case your whole program will got crashed. Okay, and after you've done that, you can just smudge it, right? You can make it bigger, and this is just like you're making the base for this character, right? And then you can draw on it. I know this final result will not be good, because I know that you need extrusion and reflection of light to get a super realistic feeling, and this is like, unless you experiment with your art style, you create something that's like a telltale story, and you like got a 2D and 3D together, like a sort of a hyphen together, hybrid role. Sorry, not hyphen. There's a little hybrid feeling. Unless you intentionally want to do that, you do not want to or draw on it. But it's good for say tattoos that do not have any volumes or not noticeable volumes. You want to draw on it, you want to quickly do that, especially if you on a certain indie project that you do, or you just just want to have fun project. You can use this technique, but it's definitely not recommended when you are a commission, or but if you got a commission that especially requires you to do that, you of course can do that. You need to follow the client's demand, right? But as a artistic point of view, this is just my personal opinion here. I do not recommend these methods, but I think as a educational video, I think I need to show you guys how it is done. Okay, so it can be done, of course, and I think artistic style and creativity coming from a sort of like this play around process. Okay, so I think I'm going to get this. Okay, and yeah, Then let's render it and see the final result. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Bears, devil. Yeah, pretty interesting. Okay, so yeah, I think as long as this unwrapping and connecting dots using texture paint, I think I'm going to leave it here, and I think maybe in next video I'm going to work with the eyeball a little bit. And do remember, this is just a demonstration of this method. Okay, it shows that you can paint on texture and it can give you a unique artistic result, but does not mean that you need to use that in your final product, right? You can like use it as a makeover, but I strongly discourage you to do that, because we already got a better way of generating the hair. Okay, but you can use it as a base of it. Okay, and you can grow your hair on top of it. Okay, so we will yeah, share with you guys later in this more advanced video. Okay, but also inside this tutorial. So just subscribe, and I will try my best to update one video a day. Okay.